Hopefully. All right. We're back. We are working on technical difficulties. I just had something pop up that said I think I was going to stream this to Twitter too, and it was very angry about that. I don't think I have the right Twitter subscription anymore. So anyway, we're here. I'm here. My name is Kevin. I'm from Sorare FP, and I'm joined by Nate. How's it going, Nate?
Pretty good.
All right. Nate from Sorare Edge, of course. And if you're watching this and you haven't seen like the stuff that Sorare Edge is doing, you're in for a treat, because this is all the cool spreadsheet things that they're doing over there. And Nate's gonna walk me through the process. It's gonna take a little bit longer for us because my gallery is unreasonably large, but it's a lot quicker if you have a normal sized gallery. There's a lot of filler in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed. Oh, wow. You only have 2,160 hitters. So that's a lot of pitchers. That's almost 2,000 pitchers then you have. It's pretty balanced. I'll give you that.
I love my pitchers, you know?
Yeah. So can you see my screen?
I can, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just jump right in. So basically the way this works is when I have people sign up, they all get this file, and it's your own personalized file. It runs off of my main sheet. So my main sheet pushes projections into this sheet with imports and all that good stuff. And basically this instructions page is just where I put in your username. So you've got your username in here. First thing we always do is we download your collection from the Sorare's API. And to do that, we can just go right to our gallery update. And it's going to ask us a couple questions. Do we want to do the common cards? I'll just do it anyway. Sometimes people don't play common. They don't want to do it. But this is where my collection takes, somewhere between like 20 and 30 seconds to fetch all the cards. And Kevin's collection is going to take like probably 2 minutes to do this process. So the script just grabs everything from the Sorare API, and it's going to put it in this gallery update tab. So when this gets done, we're going to go and look at the gallery update tab. And what that does is it brings in all the information that it needs to connect the card, to connect the player name and the card and the XP bonus for that particular card and everything to my main sheet projections. And then it'll calculate like how many points each card is projected at for the coming game week, or for daily swing or daily derby. And of course, swing, the parameters change day to day. So, I adjust that in the main sheet, and then it in turn adjusts it in your gallery organizer. So you can really use this one sheet to build all your lineups. You don't actually have to go and look at my main sheet at all if you don't want to, but there's more stuff in there. There's, I look at like who's hot right now. I rank them. So we're constantly working on little new features, some different things we can do to give you more options and more to look at. All right. So success. We've imported your 4,284 cards. So we're going to look at our gallery update tab, and this has all the necessary information in it. These are all your cards. So I could scroll all the way down to the end of the 4,000s. It will sometimes pop up a box that say, hey, you have a couple guys that aren't in the copy rules. And what the copy rules is players that have multiple positions, you have to tell it where you want that card to go in the sheet, whether you want it in the starting pitcher tab, the relief pitcher tab, or the hitters tab. And this is important because a lot of times, you'll have a relief pitcher that is starting, or a guy with relief pitcher eligibility who's starting. And those guys are little cheat codes in the game, especially for dailies. So you want those guys to go into your starting pitcher tab, even though they're relievers, so you can use them. They come up when you're building your lineups in the lineup optimizer. So the copy rules has all those guys in it. I update it periodically. 4 actually popped up when I did this earlier today for you that I didn't have in my list. Taylor Hearn out of the league. Oviedo, definitely a starter. Cooper Criswell, I think, is actually getting a start or two here and there.
Yeah.
And then Whitlock's only been a reliever this year. So I just put them where they need to go. We go to copy players, and it's going to ask more questions. Do you want to clear your data? Are you stopping me?
Oh no, yeah. I was just so for that. If I want like for like Strider, like I want him to show as a reliever there, right?
Well, you want him to show as a starter. So
Okay.
his reliever card will pop into your starting grid rather than your reliever grid. Otherwise, when it does the optimization,
Yeah.
it thinks he's a reliever, and
Okay.
it'll give you the wrong projection because he's not
Gotcha.
even in the reliever list, so it would come up blank.
Right. Okay.
So anyway, yeah, so you can choose whether you want a new game week or an ongoing. Obviously, we're heading into a new game week tomorrow, so you do the new one. If you bought a couple new cards or something, you wanted to re-download your API and then not lose all your markings, you could do the ongoing. But for now, we're doing the new. This will all make more sense if you actually start using the thing. Yeah. So we're going to copy this over. This doesn't take too long. And there they are. So these are all, like I said, you're pretty balanced here, almost exactly balanced between pitchers and hitters. So now once I do that, these 3 tabs are populated with all your cards. And it has your XP bonus for each card. We figured it out for, like your rares have that extra 10%. Super rares have an extra 20%. But it's a jumbled mess. So first thing we always do is sort it. So we have a sort by total game week or by the dailies. We'll just do the game week for now. And when it sorts, it actually puts it in order by scarcity and then by classic or in season. So your super rares are always going to be at the top, then your rares, then your limiteds, and then your commons at the bottom. If you had uniques, it would be above the super rare. Show your hitter tab here. So, I mean, your super rare collection's pretty small. I would imagine you probably play a little bit here and there, but with low expectations at this point.
Yeah, I sold off, as many as I could. I kept ones that weren't selling. But they're mostly vaulted now. So like I'm not like playing super rare at all, but I'm playing for the essence and cash,
Right. And the sealed, you can actually see that they're sealed over here too. And those won't come up in the optimization if there's a yes in the sealed.
Yeah.
So hold on, Calvin. I got somebody at my door.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, wife's got it. Okay. So let's see here. We've got so we got everything organized for you. So it's a good way to just get through your cards, see who your best at each scarcity are going to be. So we've got like your rares for this coming week. The Brewers have this weird 5-game week. Yeah. So you're going to have a lot of Brewers at the top of these lists. The Cubs also the 5-game week. And then you've got the Dodgers and Coors. So that'll calculate pretty high too. You'll see Ohtani's like ridiculously high this week with 4 games in Coors.
I had to go back and check when I ran our projections this morning. He was at like 65 and the next highest was like 40.
Well, let's see where he's at. I'm sure you have a couple Ohtani's here. Yeah. So he's going to be, do you not have any Ohtani's?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, I'm a little surprised. Anyway, all right.
I mean, so and this was Alex Hooper, who was FP before me, but he would always say, like, don't, play, like, if you win an Ohtani, like, play it, but, like, don't buy an Ohtani. He's, like, always too expensive. Although he's not anymore. Like, I know, it's like $50 for an Ohtani now. So, no, it probably doesn't.
Well, there's no time like the present to pick one up as he's projected 25 points higher than the next closest position player this week. Nice. That's pretty nuts. So yeah, if you have an Ohtani, you probably want to play him this week. You probably play him all the time. But
yeah.
Back to yours though. So what else can this do? You said maybe we should try like a rare lineup or two. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so let's say you want to build a lineup. We're going to go to optimize. First thing you have to do to build a lineup is to filter the players for whatever competition you want. So let's say we want a rare champion for you. So we do this, and it's going to run through all your players, and you're going to see in this column R over here, this optimizer column, you're going to see the word eligible pop up for
Okay.
every player that's eligible for this build. So 679 of them. I'm curious to see like how much longer this takes. I mean, I have a fraction of your gallery, so this thing isn't fast to begin with, but we're going to find out. All right.
Fingers
So once you
crossed.
have it filtered, you're filtered and you're ready to go. And then it's going to ask you a couple more questions when you go to the optimize tab here. So here's your rare champion. You can pick who you'd like in your flex, whether it's a hitter, another pitcher, or a reliever. I usually leave this at any. For a full game week like this, a 4-game week, you're almost always going to get a hitter in this spot. Maximum number of energized players. So you got a bunch of energy laying around. You want to give it the option of using those classic cards. You can do that. If you want to limit it to just in-season cards, you can just leave this at 0.
Yeah.
So what do you think we should do, Kevin? You got some energy? You want to see what your max lineup would be?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, let's see what your max lineup would be if we used all your classics and stuff. And then SP and RP spot. So if you have one of those Spencer Striders or one of those guys that is eligible in that RP spot, you can click this box. Generally, in 4-game weeks, I don't do this. I'll take the chance that my reliever is going to get like 2 and maybe even 3 appearances. That's what your best case scenario is in those 4-game weeks. Usually I leave that unchecked. Should we leave that unchecked for you, or do you want to see who you get?
Yeah, let's see who I get. Not sure.
So we'll say let's use a starter in that RP spot for you. And you can run it both ways. So when you're running this, there's no status bar. So everything has a status bar in this optimizer except that. So you hit the optimize button, you just wait. Okay, it found your lineup already. So you can click OK, and it's going to populate it over here for you. So it's telling you to use Gosman. Now he's been up and down. You've got a Matthew Boyd who's eligible in that RP spot. Obviously, that's a good one to have because he's been really solid. And it actually did give you
Uribe in the
so
flex.
So it gave you Uribe in your flex, which is I don't know that I do that, but that's interesting. I mean, they do have 5 games, so he's obviously going to be busy this week. I'm sure he gets at least 2, I would think, maybe 3 appearances. So not a terrible play, but generally I like a hitter there, especially since we have so many good matchups. So let's say you didn't like that, right? You decided you're going to go with the traditional reliever in here, especially since a guy like Uribe is projecting that high. Let's do another one, and we'll leave that box unchecked. So we're going to go 7 again. We're going to leave it unchecked, and we're going to see what it comes up with here. And probably it'll pop Uribe into that RP slot, and then it'll give you somebody else in the flex. So you went from 339 to 380. So you got McGill and Uribe.
Nice.
So, yeah, I mean, so that's a pretty big score. Obviously, they don't always hit their max. And if you had no Ohtani, it would be even bigger.
Right.
But you're looking at, you got a lot of Brewers. You got Betts at Coors. Lindor has been heating up a little bit finally. So, nice.
Do you think William Contreras plays all 5 games?
I think there's a really good shot. He hasn't missed a game. It's probably almost since the All-Star break since he actually sat a game. He DHs when he doesn't catch. So he's almost always in there. I think, doubleheader, maybe they give him a day in here somewhere, but I projected him at full playing time. So and he's been so hot. You really just don't want to take those guys out of the lineup for the off chance that they might sit.
Yeah. Ooh,
but I don't know if I've ever talked to you about
sell my William Contreras super rare.
Yeah, there you go. So what I do is on Thursdays and Sundays, the day before lock day, I go through all the players in the league here on this list. And I know this is kind of hard to see. Maybe I can blow this up a little bit for you. So, like starting with Arizona, I got the whole league here, and I do like a playing time estimate. Basically, I go through the whole league. I'm looking at Fangraphs lineup tracker and looking back a month. And so if a player has missed or not started more than like one game over the past month, I will give them full playing time. Like they're obviously almost in there constantly.
Right.
And then if they have missed just one or two games, something, I'll give them a 90%. So like Lourdes Gurriel sits once in a while. Now Marte is a perfect example of this because he's almost full time, but he just randomly sits here and there. So he just sat today. If he hadn't sat today, he would have been a 90%. But since he sat today, I think he's good for this week. He'll play all of them. So he's a full. So like this is something I do by hand every Thursday and Sunday. It takes me a couple hours to go through the whole league, but we're looking at every player. We're figuring out whether they're home or road, and then that calculates an extra 5% if they're on the road, because that's how many more at bats you get if you're on the road. I'm just looking like per at bat numbers and how many at bats are they going to get? Where do they hit in the order? There's a ton that goes into these projections, and all this data, all these expectations of playing time are calculated into my total projections. So, and then I just rank these. Some people just look at the main sheet and just look down the list and build as best they can. Other people use the optimizer. It's different for everybody. But now with all the new competitions, like we're kind of having to pivot a little bit, build different tools. I think the next thing will probably be like for arenas, you're not supposed to have XP involved. So it would just basically be a daily derby projection without the XP. So this is the daily derby projection with the XP. This is the base daily derby projection. So you'd be using column H. The optimizer was built before the arena started, so we don't actually have that in there now, but that would be something that could probably be added at some point, or we could upgrade to. So we just try to roll with whatever Sorare is doing, which is sometimes it's difficult. I do updates for like missions and stuff. We give information on today was you needed, what did you need, 3 RBIs or something ridiculous. But this is I find like the RotoWire projections for each player, and then I'll list them here so you can look through your gallery, see who you have locked and who you can throw in there and try to win something. And they just didn't bother to put up a common one this morning, so I don't have that. But usually these second columns are for that. I figure out game week factors based on how difficult the opposing pitching staff is, what park they're playing in, and that all goes into the projections. I use so we're looking at composite hitter and composite pitcher factors for each team. We look at staffs as a whole, and then for dailies, we look at the opposing starter if they are qualified and the staff. So we kind of mix and match that, get a different factor. But yeah, there's a ton that's gone into this. It's been like a year in the making. We've been running this for more than a year, and it's a mishmash of the stats that I feel like are important. And I feel like we've really got it to a point where we get it right more than we get it wrong at this point. You're not going to win every week, but it works. I'm very confident that this works. And I've had people sign up, and within the first week or two, they've won, decent prizes, and they tell me, "Oh my God, well, you're outpacing expectations on this," which always makes me feel great.
Yeah.
And then I've had people that have been with me for over a year now, and some of the heavy hitters in the Sorare circles are in our group. So it's always fun to bounce some ideas off of them and talk to them in the Discord. And so I think it's a really worthwhile subscription to have. I think people enjoy it. It's it's been a fun way to just kind of make some Sorare friends too, just a way to hang out. And it's Discord is a lot of fun, to be perfectly honest with you. It's just you're hanging out with your friends talking baseball. I mean, I'm 50 years old almost now. I don't have I don't have roommates anymore or anything. My wife doesn't care about this stuff. So like I need people to talk to. And
Yeah,
it's been a
until
really
you're old
fun.
enough to sit at the McDonald's drinking your coffee with your other retired
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah. I need
This
a
is what we
group
got.
like that. But
Yeah,
I need like these guys to be at my local McDonald's, and that I don't think that's going to happen.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's an
No, it's
international group. It's
yeah,
awesome. Guys from all over the world, and one woman. Shout out to Gamora Dawn.
nice.
So we've got our token woman in the group. She's been with me for over a year. So
That is awesome. But yeah,
but
it's
yeah,
yeah. No, I think Discord is great. Yeah, and I wouldn't have been doing it but for like fantasy baseball and stuff like this. And yeah, the only reason I'm doing this now is because the Sorare FP guys like had a similar kind of community there, which I've mostly let kind of wither on the vine. But I think most of the people that are active in on Discord like are over at Sore Edge now. And I'm just not. I haven't had the time to hang out in Discord like I used to, which is bizarre that I used to have a much better paying job and I had more free time, and now I have a very, very bad paying job, but I am busier, but I am also happier. So there's that.
well, that's
But
good.
yeah, it is good stuff.
Happiness over money all day.
Yeah. Although now, like just whenever my wife is like, do we really need to spend money on that? She has a lot more veto power than she did before. So it's a new balance that we have to strike.
Yeah, well, I feel like my wife is a walking veto. My wife's the breadwinner. I do
Right.
this on the side for peanuts. This is a what do I make about $10 a day right now doing this, which is I put a lot more time into it than $10 a day.
Right.
So I never feel too bad if I'm like, yeah, sorry guys, I'm going out of town for a party. Like yesterday, I had a big family gathering thing that we do every year, and um, I got everything ready in the morning and then left. And people seem cool with that. So as long as you keep it cheap enough where they're not
Right.
upset with you when you step away for a day. But I mean, I feel like I'm pretty on top of things, and when people reach out to me, I'm able to like help them out usually within a couple of minutes, because it's a Discord notification. I just get it right away and I jump on, and something's not working right, we just go fix it. So
Yeah.
um, so let's try a total in-season limited champion for you.
Nice.
Let's see what it comes up with. You had 2,600 eligible limited cards for this build. 346 on the limited side. Yeah, see, mine are never that high. Let's see here. Oh, well, this is now we got Shelby Miller, so another Brewer reliever. He really likes the Brewer relievers, and that's probably
Yeah.
an angle that I wouldn't have thought of myself, but it's a good angle.
Yeah.
Like it's probably a better angle than you think it is, especially a guy like Shelby Miller, who he was probably available today. I don't think he pitched on Saturday, so I don't know how good he's been with the Brewers, but he was decent early in the year with the
Yeah.
D-backs, came over at the deadline. They're going to need him. So if he gets 2 or 3 appearances and you get a couple holds,
Yeah.
he's a strikeout guy. So
Yeah.
the bullpen guys are, I'm always hesitant to tell people this, but the bullpen guys are actually pretty valuable. Like even the setup men, you find they score almost as much as some of the good position players do. Like overall,
Yeah.
it's just that matter of you don't know when they're going to go in the game. So yeah, I mean, if you're throwing
It, it,
darts,
it feels
you don't
different,
want to.
right? Because like
It
if you
does.
if Lad puts up a 8 or something like that, it's at least he played every game. Whereas if a setup guy only gets in one game and it's not a hold situation, so he's got a 10 and you played him over a bat, you feel worse. But yeah, no, I mean, I think you're right. For
It's in
certain
your head
bullpens, for the
though.
ones that are using them regularly, and I mean, like Cleveland, but like in Milwaukee, especially right now with they're playing and they're often in close games, and they're
So
using everyone.
So yeah, if you look at like Brian Abreu for Houston, so he's going to be the closer with Hader out, it looks
Yeah,
like. But this is kind of before he became the closer. 847 points for the season. So like this is his season total.
yeah,
Well, actually,
more than McGill,
I
almost
got to
as
change
many
it
as
back because this is the daily swing. So this has the daily swing. Let's see here. So runs are going to be -2 again tomorrow, and Ks will be 2. All right. So you can see all that changes as I change the scoring system. So Brian Abreu, $6.99. All right. So $6.99. A setup man, right? And a good setup man, a high strikeout setup man, but a setup man. $6.99. So if we look at the hitters, I've got total season points here for hitters. I mean, $6.99. Let's see. Let's find a guy who's pretty comparable. All right. So Ramon Laureano's had a great year, playing every day. Total points on the year, 737. So you wouldn't think it's even like that close. Alex Bregman, well, he missed a big chunk.
Yeah.
Nico Horner, he plays every single day, 835. So like not too far away, honestly. You know,
well, even Vlad's, you know, just over 1,000. Like he's 300 points away from Vlad.
Yeah,
he's right below him. Yeah.
There. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I mean, it doesn't always make sense to throw him in there, but if you have a tiny budget and you want to play this game, one way to do it is to, you know, get 2 cheap setup guys, because they're always the cheapest guys on the platform, and put one in your RP and one in your flex and hope they both go off on the same week.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't really suggest that, I guess, but it's a strategy. It could work. Yeah. So in this page, like I love these color coded things. Shows like I do different periods. That's how I come up with my projections. But like I have points per at bat over the last 7, last 15, last 30, all these different time periods. And then it comes up with a composite and spits out a projection based on how many at bats in the game week and who they're facing. So like the Rockies add something like 32% to a hitter's projection because their pitching staff is that bad. It's just, you know, I baseline it at 1 and then it's compared to the rest of the league, and the Rockies are so awful. Yeah. I mean, it's eye opening. Historically bad.
It's pretty impressive.
Oh my God. I was looking at run differentials the other day, and like the Brewers, you know, my Brewers are like plus 160 or something, like a really, really good run differential. There's only one other team that's plus 100, and it's the Cubs. And then after that, you go all the way to the other side, it's the Rockies, and they're like minus 315 or something. It is just insane.
Yeah.
So terrible teams you should take advantage of when you can, and this is definitely an opportunity to hit up those Dodger bats. Andy Pajes under the radar, a little cold, but Coors is a good cure for what ails you if your bat's cold. So
yeah.
Did you have any questions about either the main sheet or your optimizer file? Any of how any of that works?
I don't think so. I mean, so for those watching, like Nate and I did this probably 2 or 3 months ago, and like I used it a couple times, but then like haven't had time to do it, and so I'd forgotten pretty much all of it, which is why I wanted to have him and do this again. But it helps going through it again with you.
Yeah, and so like let's say you use this lineup, right? You decided, okay, I'm going to try that one. So you can hit mark players as used, and it'll run a little different script. Just takes a couple seconds. And then like when you go to run another one, these guys that you use, so you got to find your limiteds here. Okay, they'll be marked like you used them in a champion, so it'll mark them.
Yeah.
If you were to do that filtering process again, it would remove that word eligible here, and then they would not come up in any future lineups.
Oh yeah.
If you don't want to take the time to run the filter again, you want to run another champ lineup, you can just delete it, and that does the same thing. Nice. So, but you have to go through and find everything. Your collection's so big, you're probably just going to want to do the filter every time.
Yeah.
Before you make your next lineup, you don't have to be digging through trying to find your. I mean, look at all these. It's ridiculous, Kevin.
Yes, it is.
Ugh. Oh, look at all these guys. You got like 2 Abners, 3 McGills, 2 Porter Hodge.
Yeah.
Oh, Taylor Rogers. I mean,
you know, when they're $1, it's hard not to. Like at some point, I'll use them.
Yes. Yeah. I think your wife needs to veto a couple more of these, maybe.
Well, I mean, this is mostly just from selling stuff. I've used a card a couple times to buy cards when I didn't have a balance, but like for the most part, you know, it's just selling cards.
Do you need 8? Wait, who's Ryan Fernandez? Why do you have 7 Ryan Fernandez in season cards.
Why not?
Well,
So I'm sure I didn't buy all of them. I probably crafted a couple, but and then
uh-huh.
I usually for cards that I like when there's like dollar relievers, I will buy 4 or 5 of them because especially limited, I can play them everywhere. Now with the arenas, like and Brian Fernandez didn't pan out. I forget, did he get hurt? But he was a decent guy. I mean, he's better than Jojo Romero. Like I think if
You think so?
I mean he was early in the year. I guess he may have fallen apart, but I feel
Hmm.
like he's just injured now, or maybe he got sent down. I don't know, but like
Maybe I've just been pushing the Cardinals relievers to the back of my
I mean, you
mental
should,
Rolodex here.
yeah. I feel like there's another guy like Leahy or something like that, but
Yeah, he's been in the most games, I think, of anyone in the
yeah.
league. So
Oh, and
that's
then
obviously a guy that
Matan,
you like.
who Phil Matan got traded, but he was
Yep.
there too.
Yeah, he was decent for them, but now he's struggling in Texas. Texas doesn't have a closer. So looked like it was going to be Garcia, but now he's struggling, and they got Maton, and Maton's struggling, and
Yeah,
yeah, they're a mess. Back into the bullpen's a mess. But
maybe they shouldn't have let Kirby Yates and David Robertson go.
yeah, I can't believe David Robertson's still in the league. That's crazy. But he was done. It's always funny when you have a guy that, you have a card that's like a 2022 or whatever the first year was, and you think they're completely done, and then they just show up again.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Like,
and
oh, that guy.
I think it was 22. Like he was on 3 teams. I think he got moved around, and they went like Cubs, the Phillies, to Mets, maybe. But and he was bad. Like he was just bad. Like the Phillies brought him in, and he sucked. I love Pete Fairbanks.
18 Pete Fairbanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you might have an issue here.
Well, so again, I haven't had time to deal with it. Normally, I would sell them like when if they've got 4 games coming up and he's like one of the better plays, like I'll list them. But I haven't had time really to sell cards.
Well, there's no market either.
I
It
was
would have
I
to.
was gonna say less and less of a market, but there is. I mean, like cards still are like going up and down when like Nick Kurtz when he was super hot, like those cards were like his in-season cards were $15 or $20, 30. I think people are paying like $30 for them.
Yeah.
I mean, you still see stuff like that, and I'm sure the Brewers and Cubs I'm sure they're a little bit more expensive than they were.
Well,
A
they'll get
couple.
a little boost as soon as people watch our stream here, I'm sure. Oh yeah, I should go get me some Andrew Vaughn here while I can.
You can never have too much Andrew Vaughn. That's what I say.
Yeah.
He's been all right for them though, hasn't he?
He's been great. Yeah, he's been like all-star level Andrew. He's got like 1,000 OPS since he got traded there, which is
Nice.
surprising, but we'll take it. Oh, yeah.
So are there any George Webbs by you?
There are not. I think George Webb is more of a Milwaukee area thing.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're all over the state or anything, so I think it's probably just the Milwaukee metro. So I won't be getting my free cheeseburger, but I play in a league with a lot of guys from Milwaukee, and they're pretty excited. So
Nice. I still remember going to get him in '87.
okay, yeah. Well, I didn't do that. You grow up down there?
Yeah. I grew up in West Dallas, which is like
West Dallas. Okay.
just further off down 94 from the stadium.
Oh, I know where it is. I'm from Fort Atkinson, Kevin.
Yeah. Well, for the folks that don't know, if you're going from the lakefront to not County Stadium, whatever, American Family,
AmFam. Yeah,
AmFam Park or whatever,
Field.
just past that, you'll see like the Wisconsin State Fair, and that's where I grew up.
Apparently, it's underwater right now.
I heard about that. That's pretty crazy. Flash flooding in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I it's crazy that's a memory I have. But I remember like Easter Sunday. I know like we were doing Easter with like my cousins and like aunt and uncle when Dale Swaim hit the home run to win the game. Like it's strange how that's like one of the formative memories that I have from I must have been I was like 8. I don't remember much.
Yeah. That was kind of when I really started paying attention to sports, was probably like the 87, 88, somewhere in there. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, so that's what I've got. We're doing the best we can to keep everything as up to date as possible. And, each season, so I do NBA as well. So each season comes with vast improvements. Obviously, my first go at this was baseball last year. And it was pretty rough. So
Yeah.
my guy Lucian, shout out to Lucian if he ends up watching this. So this is he's in Europe somewhere. I don't even know what country he's from or anything, but he's really helped me out. He's my contact who knows how to write all this code and put together the optimizer and how all the scripts that work together. I know how to do a lot of this stuff, like as far as the spreadsheet functions go and things, but I don't really know how to code. I mean, I could try to figure it out with my AI, but it's stuff that would just take me ages to figure out. He just seems to know how to do all this stuff, so he tends to put a lot of this together for us, and he's been amazing for me. So really appreciate him. He figured out the API stuff and how to get it from the site directly into the sheets, and that's been a huge boon for us. So
Yeah, that's nice for the FP folks that aren't in Solar Edge. He's, Lucian's the Captain No Sweat of Solar Edge. Captain No Sweat's the guy that does our app, and like anything that requires technical knowledge is his area. So yeah, it's pretty cool that he's doing that for us. And yeah, when I saw what Lucian was doing, like that's all the stuff where if I could code and if I had the time, I'd start messing around with. And Kika is here, apparently driving in the car with his kids. So apparently I swore momentarily. I don't remember that. I don't know what you're talking about. Hopefully,
well, Kika subscribed for a month and then he quit. So
that sounds
I
right.
was heartbroken. I felt like I insulted him, maybe.
Kick is a fickle Patreon member.
Yeah, it's all right. We still love you, man.
He's both, like, for a while I think he was like still like a member, but like he wasn't paying, and then for a while I think he had like 2 subscriptions, like one through the App Store and one separately.
Oh,
But yeah,
no,
so good times.
I
But
honestly think
Kick is a
I
very,
never.
very, very fun member of the community.
Oh yeah, I liked him. I think things just change for people here and there, and sometimes people sign up, and I think are they even using the thing? I never hear from them, and then months later they just they cancel their subscription, and I think, well, maybe they didn't use it at all. Then I kind of feel bad, but other people ask me a ton of questions, and it takes a little more effort, and that's fine too. Um, and some of them are $5 members, so it's like, well, I'm gonna do the best I can for everybody. But I don't know. Yeah, it's been kind of fun just connecting with the crew. It's still a fairly small crew. I think we have 70 or so right now. So,
Yeah.
But some of the big hitters.
Yeah. Oh,
And
hey, did you want to show the dashboard, like showing like people's performance that we were talking about before?
yeah. So let me see here. I'm gonna go in through my Discord and I'll show you what he's come up. This is something else that Lucian has built for us. So the dashboard.
Kika says the spreadsheet was too slow for him.
It is slow. It is slow. So one of the things that I'm looking into is getting a website and having AWS do the support for it, which would be quite a bit faster. Let's see here. Oh, I'm in the wrong dashboard. Okay, so this is another thing that he built. Just to show you this quickly. Basically, he compares points per game to how much common essence a player costs, and of course, common essence is like correlated to what they would cost on the limited market, basically.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see who the best deals are here. Like Altuve is right now is 64 common essence, but with the amount of points he scored this year, he would be like 14.7 points per essence spent, which would be
I'm not
big
sure
number.
I'm seeing what you're seeing.
Oh, okay. Oh, yep, that's in Firefox, so that's why it's not showing up.
Yeah.
Let's try something else here. See, I have Firefox as my default, so when I go to click stuff, I'm going to have
It opens it
to.
there.
Okay. Yep. I know what I got to do. Okay. So let's look at the rewards tracker that Lucian built here. So I just need to copy this web address quick and put it in Safari. Let's do it here. Go. Okay. So dashboard. This has all the game weeks up through, let's see, he's up through number 40. I think he's got this set now so that it updates without him having to do it manually. This is all the automation stuff that I would love to know how to do. Can you see this one?
I can, yeah. It's a little bit small, but other
I
than that,
switched it to dark mode. So
yeah.
So you can pick a user. I
Right.
mean, I'll just look at mine here. Well, let's look at yours.
Yeah.
As long as you're here, as long as you're my guest. Am I your guest? Whatever.
Yeah.
So it's going to load up your season. So this is your full game weeks. We have dailies too. So it can tell you how many entries you had, how many cards you've won. If you look here, there's a chart shows how you're doing over time. Looks like you've been pretty solid all year, but you know, sometimes I see a definite line up, which is kind of what we're looking for. Try to improve as the season goes on. Success rate is just like a reward one per entry, basically. So you're hitting some sort of reward, like 25% of your entries. That's really good. You've won $850 so far. You've won a whole bunch of credits. So you can buy more Pete Fairbanks, and then a lot of XP. But you can break it down by scarcity. You can break it down by what competition you're. Let's say you wanted to look at. Oh, maybe you can't. Yeah, they've got all kinds of. He's got all kinds of stuff. And then you go to dailies, and this will load up your dailies and tell you exactly how you've been doing here. I think he's been working on. Looks like you don't really. Oh, never mind. There they are. Okay, 492 dailies, 13 cards. Not bad.
With the arenas, like it's only a T2, but like in the limiteds, like I'm frequently winning a card in those.
Yeah, I've won quite a few too, and I don't have like a great collection, so it's been kind of fun to just kind of when it falls right for your pitchers, you have a good shot at those.
Yeah.
Oh, you want a Hater, you want a Muncie. Let's see, Castellanos. These are all your recent arena wins here, but you know it's got all 5 pages you can go through and see who you won.
Kyle Harrison.
Kyle, yeah, oh yeah, big time. Yeah, but I mean, just a lot of cool stuff to look through, and this is all available through our Discord. There's links in our Discord that get you to all this cool stuff. So that's the dashboard.
Rock on.
Yeah.
Oh, what else? Anything else we need to see or be fun to look at? Is this the kind of like leaderboard one?
Leaderboards, yeah. So for us as a group, you can see like who's won the most cash, who's won the most credits. Just our stats as a Sorare Edge community. And then when somebody new signs up, I have to add them to this, and he backlogs
it. Hagel and Prince, that looks right.
Yeah, those guys have big collections, and they're very good players. So I would say there's a reason that they've won many thousands of dollars so far this year. So
nice.
By the end of I think at All-Star break, we were at like 66,000. So since then we've even done all right.
Nice.
But it should get better as the year goes on, because the information there's more information. And when there's more information, that's better for us because we have more to analyze.
Yeah, that makes sense. Awesome.
So anyway, all right. Got anything else for me?
I don't. I don't think so. What else?
Cool.
I think I was planning to do like I always end up streaming for far too long. And so at least now I'm planning on it, but I don't think I'm going to stream for much longer after this because I need a nap. I have a fantasy auction, like a fantasy football auction. That's a couple hours.
Yeah, well, you don't have to go for 2 hours talking about Idaho politics. You can go for 45 minutes, get the gist of it. You know, we can say you've got your stuff here on the bottom of the screen. Your FP community can join it patreon.com/SorareFP. And if you want to join me, you can join at patreon.com/SorareEdge
Yeah.
and get more information there. Even if you're in the free Discord, I have I give out when they actually do cash missions. I put up information there for free for my free members. We're trying to help everybody out. Maybe I can win somebody some money and they'll subscribe. So
Yeah.
that's the reasoning for that. I try not to give out too much for free anymore. I used to do a lot of videos and NBA, and I thought I was giving out a lot of really good information. I got a lot of followers, but then I started charging, and I had people paying me, and I thought, well, I can't just give away the information anymore because I got people paying me. So there's a real weird fine line to walk, and I guess I just do the best I can. But in the videos, I'm such a perfectionist. I got to cut everything up. I know you do like the live streams because you don't have to edit it. That's great.
And that's why, because like I'm the same way. Whereas otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do it. Like I would record it and want to like edit it and fix,
Oh yeah,
whatever.
I'm cutting pauses out and stuff. Like every pause I'm cutting out and trying to like ask AI, like, how do I just cut out all the pauses without having to go through and manually do it? And they're like, oh, you just manually do it. So, so then back where I started, so I keep them short. Thinking maybe I'll do like a little, 3-minute morning thing every morning. Like I thought, well, I could do that. It'd be easy to cut up and spit out. So I don't know. I have thoughts, but it's just more work. It's like, well, is this good enough? I think, am I doing enough for my subscribers? Do I need to do more? I don't know. And then with NBA coming, I'm so excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I like the changes they made to the soccer side. I've been messing around with that, just like trying to figure out what could be coming next. And I guess we'll get an announcement here in the next couple of months, but I think it's going to be a fun NBA season. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, and if some of those changes carry over, you're going to want to have 10 or 15 Pete Fairbanks. But I mean, as it stands right now, like you can do 3 daily arenas, you can do 3 like game week arenas, you can do 3, champion, you can do 3 all-star, 3 or 2 challenger. Yeah. So, it's not that crazy anymore.
You're going to play Pete Fairbanks 14 times in the same week?
Yes. Obviously, I'm
okay. Oh, yeah. All right, Kev.
Those weren't all in season ones, but like he was always one where, when he's hurt, you can't play him, but like he was clearly their closer, like they signed him to a contract. So they weren't worried about arbitration stuff. And it's like they're clearly going to give him all the saves, and
well, Usetta's been really good lately, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the guy.
Jax continues to, like put up good peripherals and just get like blown up at least every 3 outings.
Oh, Jax, your guy Jax. Yeah. He's fine. I think next year he's probably really good because Tampa is such a great pitching organization. Although Minnesota is a very good pitching organization too. So, but every time Tampa trades for somebody, I think, okay, they know something. They're going to get the most out of this guy.
Yeah, I mean the Twins have done fine with them, right? They gave up Nelson Cruz for Joe Ryan.
That was a win for the Twins. Yes.
Yeah, Taj Bradley, like if they can help him figure it out, and I know the Rays are usually the ones that are doing that, but like the Twins are for sure good at what they do, and I don't. Taj Bradley isn't that prototype, but like the college pitcher who is like touching 92, and they help them figure out how to get their mechanics down, to hit 95, 96. Like Joe Ryan was like that, where he was throwing like 90 when they got him.
Well, their assistant GM is a guy they got from Tampa, and he was like their pitching guru basically. So that's a good get for the Twins.
Yeah.
Although it's been a tough year for Twins fans, I'm sure, but
they're
in decent hands. At least from the coaching personnel standpoint, they are.
I was gonna say
ownership, not so much.
Front office, yeah, but man, like it was so exciting that the Pohlads are maybe going to be gone, and they just yanked that away from us, and they're so just terrible. Like it's brutal. But yeah, no, I mean, so like it was weird for me to change allegiances from like a Brewers fan to a Twins fan. And like I can't, like I don't feel like I can change back. I obviously like follow follow the Brewers and cheer for them. But like, if they're playing each other, you have to pick one of the teams. And so I still remember Liriano's first start in Milwaukee was when I officially changed. And I was like, I'm going to cheer for the Twins today. Like, this is it. But like, no, I mean, I would love to like stop cheering for them until the Pohlad sell a team. Like, it's terrible. Like, they just do such a terrible job of managing the team. And it's worse now that they do have like a front office that could do things with resources, and they don't have them.
Your kids running around in the background here.
Nice. How old are your kids?
All right, man. 9 and 13.
Nice. That's good stuff. I am the newly minted 5th and 6th grade basketball coach of Pierce Park Elementary.
Well, that'll take more time.
They say it's not going to take too much. But yeah, it definitely. But I'm looking forward to it. And I've one of the kids in my class, in like the special ed class, last year we got him to do his grade level did like a talent show in their music class, and he like sang for it. And so I'm hoping I can get him to at least help out with the basketball team, if not like get on the court, which would be pretty fun. We do like a staff and a staff against kids game at the end of the year. So I think we could probably get him in for that. But yeah.
He can be a manager for you.
Yeah, Max, my 2nd grader, is for sure going to be a manager for me. Nice. And maybe he'll start picking it up. Like once he knows I want him to do stuff, he's like, no, I'm not going to play basketball. But I see him on the playground now, and he's definitely dribbling basketballs, so he's picking it up.
Yeah, just tell him he can't do it.
Yeah, no basketball for you. But right now, so he did ski team in the winters the past 2 years. So like every Sunday we're up at 6 a.m. going up the mountain, and there all day long. And that's done now, but we're doing gymnastics. And so he's like doing competitive gymnastics, which is insane. Yeah. But he's got a ton of energy. And he's got a ton of energy. He needs to get it out, and that does it for him. But yeah, now he can do like backflips and shit. Stuff. Kika. Stuff. All right. On that note, unless you want to cover any other family related business, or have you done any coaching?
Just like baseball coaching, like the in-house that I had the 9 through 11-year-olds for 2 years. So, I probably wouldn't do that again. It was a lot of work and not as rewarding as I anticipated it being, honestly.
Before I agreed to do the coaching, I told like the office staff, that like they're the ones that know, like they're the playground ladies. They like are the ones in the office when kids get sent to the office. I was like, you guys need to promise you're going to help me figure out like how to navigate the dynamics, like which families are difficult, and like parents, and which kids can't be together, and all of that. So school's crazy these days. It's hard to believe kids even make it out. It's just wild. Like the stories about bullying and like kids needing to switch to like online because they like just can't, like the anxiety they have about going to school is just wild.
Yeah, I guess we've lucked out there. We haven't had to deal with that yet. So
nice.
Fingers crossed we'll get through everything. But
all right.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right.
So I'm going to go cook some chicken for dinner here. I'm going to get the grill going and listen to the rest of the ball games today, and hopefully we can pick up another win in an arena here. We'll see.
Nice. Rock on. Well, thanks again for doing this with me. Appreciate it. And again, Sorare Edge, patreon.com/Sorare Edge to get all the cool stuff that Nate is doing. Thanks again, and we're out.
All right. See you, Kevin.
See ya. All right.